Welcome everyone to another exciting season of Blade & Soul Korea Season 2. My name is Joel Sophie. Joining with me as always is going to be Ending Life, and we're here for just another exciting season of Blade & Soul because we just ended off Season 1 last month, and here we are at July, continuing on with Season 2 to get a better indication of who's going to be making it for the World Championship all the way from Korea.
Exactly, and you know, like Joel said, Season 1 has ended. Now we begin with Season 2. We're going to see some new players, some new faces, even some new teams as well. But today, we're going to see all the familiar teams that you guys may already know. So the new teams, the new players may come in tomorrow when we go on with the Group B. But today, we have Group A, and we have some strong teams playing today.
And if you've been watching the Blade & Soul action from Season 1 last season, of course, you know that the format is going to be exactly the same.
Yep.
So we look at the overview. Basically, just a mirror of what we saw from Season 1. We starting off with Group A, just getting the first place decider on today's matches. Same thing's going to be happening for tomorrow. Going with Group B, then starting off with Groups A and B. The second place decider starting from next week, and it will go on from there.
Exactly. So basically, you guys can see this for yourselves, but what I want to tell you is all the way up to the semifinals, the quarterfinals, and well, actually no, starting the semifinals, we go on with the best of 7. But from Group A, Group B, and you see the deciders match on the third column. That's all going to be best of 5. So, like Joe mentioned before, we have the best of 5. We have that random roulette going on as well, and all of the rounds, whether it be tag or singles, it'll all be worth 1 point each.
And there you go. It's not going to be none of those tag point does get you anything like 2 points or nothing like that. It's going to be all 1 point for tag and single just the same. And like I say, best of 5 is going to be our format for the first few days. Going with the random match, it can be a single or tag match for that set number 3 for the best of 5. We'll move on to set 4, just right on the middle for best of 7, but we'll get there when the time is due. But should be very exciting again because we're now used to this format and kind of know what to expect from some of these teams.
All right, so here we do see the quarterfinal teams of Group A and B. So like I mentioned before, in Group A, many of these teams are pretty familiar to those of you who's been following Blade & Soul Korea, especially GFAM actually coming back. They did not participate in Season 1, but they are back. Maybe a player swap here and there, but you know, as you guys all know, GFAM has probably the usual members that we've been expecting, and personally for me, Suwon Kim on the KFM, I hope he is back with GFAM as well.
I mean, Min Jung-won's going to be joining with the Summoner as well, the usual duo we see from GFAM. They're still back to play on the Blade & Soul, but we're going to get today's matchup, man. We're going to get GC Busan Red and GFAM as we were talking about for that very first match of the day, and we're going to get Coup d'etat and Anarchy for that match number 2. Then, of course, the winners of both will be decided on that third and last match of the day, deciding the first place of Group A, and that will round us for the day.
Yeah, so basically, for today and tomorrow, we're going to just get the best team of Group A and B. We're not going to do the losers match. We're going to put that off on the side for a little bit. We're going to see who is the best of Group A for today. And, you know, I'm excited to see who's the best rather than who is the worst of the group.
we are looking at a couple of teams that we should be keeping our eyes on. And GC Busan Red, of course, are winning out in Season 1. They've won it in style, really unrivaled by any of the teams in that Season 1. We had 7 other teams who were trying to challenge GC Busan Red, but all together looked too strong. And here they are back again, see if they can win Season 2 and really just secure their spots going into the World Championship. But as we get closer to it, after our 6 match days that we're going to have throughout the Season 2, we're going to have that one day right after, the week later, to have that World Championship qualifier round all in one day. And that will decide who's going to get from Korea to go up to the World Championship.
Yeah, so basically it seems as if they wanted to change it so, you know, what they play during the season kind of matters a little bit more. And what used to be Korea finals, as Joe mentioned, is now just going to be played in one day. So that's also going to help decide who will be going to the World Championships. But, you know, putting that aside for now, since Season 2, like you said, Joe, GC Busan Red has been so strong throughout Season 1. So in Season 2, we'll see if they'll be able to be as strong. And, you know, in Group A, they have Kureta, GFAM, and Anarchy. And personally, in Season 1, Kureta was actually one of those teams that had a chance of being the best in Korea, but GC Busan Red beat them out. So we'll see how things will play out this season.
And GC Busan Red and Kureta looking like the favorites of obviously Group A, with GC Busan Red seemingly having the edge, but we're going to have to see how the time that has passed since Season 1, now that we have developed onto Season 2, the second season of Korea. I just got to see how much better Kureta have become, and if they can really rival out GC Busan Red a bit better than they did in Season 1. We'll get to see an indication of that, but of course, we're going to go in order with GC Busan Red and GFAM, see if GFAM can stand up to the challenge against GC Busan Red. But the second match should be exciting as well. Of course, Kureta and Anarchy should be the ones to really look forward as well. We're going to get the match prediction of quarterfinals from Group A. Obviously, GC Busan Red, being the favorites that they are, is going to be right up there. 96% of the votes going to that one team.
All right, so 96, 3%, and 1% and 1%. You know, these match predictions are important to many of the viewers in Korea and the live audience, because getting these predictions correct wins them prizes for the live events. Like we saw before on screen, we didn't mention it because, you know, it is for the live audience and for the Korean server participants. But yeah, so these predictions, they don't just randomly just choose favorites or who they like, but, you know, it's usually for their prizes.
And you're getting a look at the teams now. GC Busan Red on the left side, now with GFAM on the right side. We get to see how the players will do. But let's get to the VCR to see what the players have to say.
코리아 시즌 1 우승 GC 부산 레드입니다.
지난 시즌 우승을 함으로써 저희가 이제 올해 첫 스타트를 기분 좋게 풀어가고 있는 것 같아서 다행이라고 생각합니다. 우리 우승했다고 막 자만한 것처럼 보이기 싫은데. 아무래도 저희 팀이 안 나왔기 때문에 오르지 않았을까 그렇게 생각하고 있습니다.
여기 2명만 같은 팀이었어요, 작년에.
시즌 1에 참가하지 못하게 되어서 아쉬운 마음도 컸지만 우승한 레드팀을 만나서 좋아요. 일단 재밌는 게임 보여드릴 수 있을 것 같고, GFAM 팀이 강팀이라고 얘기하기도 좀 힘드네요. 김수환 선수가 이제 우리나라에 몇 안 되는 권사 탑 클래스 중에 한 분으로서 많은 활약을 했었거든요. 제일 큰 퀴즈예요. 호환사 오민정 선수라든가 박동진 선수가 이제 많이 받쳐줌으로써 힘을 낼 수 있는 팀일 것 같은데 그게 많이 힘들어요. 나가면 안 될 정도의 수준이에요.
제가 봐도 김수환 선수가 권사 플레이하는 거는 멋있는 것 같아요.
클래스에서 조금 더 우위에 있는 캐릭터가 있다 보니까 좀 더 강해진 것 같습니다.
손혜태 선수도 링검사를 하는데 저보다 위라고 생각해 본 적은 없고요.
격사가 이제 출시됐을 때 전장의 지휘자라고 이제 나왔는데 진짜 지휘자가 뭔지 보여드리겠습니다.
뭐 지고 나면 눈물도 많이 흘리더라고요. 또 벌써부터 제 눈앞에 그 여자 선수 눈물이 보일 것 같아서 좀 마음이 아프긴 한데, 뭐 그래도 어쩌겠습니까? 저희 이렇게 힘을 합쳐가지고 꼭 이겨보도록 하겠습니다.
결승전 때 보니까는 손윤태 오빠도 많이 울던데.
그거 연기입니다.
하품을 준 거야 이거.
부산 레드팀의 최정민 선수가 경기에서 좀 높낮이 한 번씩 팡팡 튀는 선수라 가지고 부담은 솔직히 되지가 않아요.
구멍이라는 이 처참한 별명까지 생긴 이 지경까지 왔는데, 제가 할 줄 아는 게임이 블레이드 앤 소울 이 게임뿐이고 할 줄 아는 클래스는 역사뿐입니다. 글쎄, 응원단장이 아닌 진짜 팀원으로서 1인분을 꼭 역할을 한번 해보도록 노력해보겠습니다.
당연하지.
이번 경기 끝나고 오빠가 우는지 내가 우는지 한번 보자.
아마도 오민정 선수한테는 패하는 일이 없을 것 같습니다.
순우 오빠 진짜 나한테 안 될 것 같은데. 오빠 대회 올 때 손수건 하나 들고 와. 집 갈 때 닦으면서 가야지.
저희는 이미 시즌1 때 우승도 해왔고 최고의 우승 후보팀으로 뽑히기 때문에 저희한테는 지셔야 될 것 같습니다. G팸 좁혀드리겠습니다.
Here are the words from GFAM and also JC Busan Red in the anticipation of our very first match of the season. And get to look at JC Busan Red, obviously the champions of Season 1, and Yoon Tae-sun, he doesn't know how to lose as he has won many championships over the last 2 years.
Exactly, you know, he won so much, he probably made a lot of money, but, you know, with GC Busan Red being so strong, they are definitely going for that first place once again, back-to-back from Season 1 into this season, Season 2. But like we saw in the VCR, Sungjin Choi, many of the players now say, you know, he is the player that holds his team back a little bit, depending, because, you know, but you saw him saying that, you know, I'm a destroyer. I only know how to play a destroyer. I only know how to play Blade and Soul. So this is what I'm going to play, and I'm going to carry, and I'm not going to pull them back. And let's see if he's able to do that.
We are very glad that Sungjin Choi is playing the Destroyer, not playing anything else, because Destroyer is still very much in meta, very much a necessity to any team out there. But we're going to get a look at GFAM. Haven't seen these guys for a very long time. We see Dongjin Park, the new addition to GFAM that we don't know quite yet of what we expect, but a play dancer is what we can get out of him. But Suwon Kim and Min Jung-ho, very much a usual suspects of GFAM we've seen for a while.
Yeah, exactly. And also, when you saw in the VCR, some of the players from GC Busan Red said that Suwon Kim's KFM is definitely formidable, probably top in the Korean scene. But Dongjun Park and Min Jung-ho, will they be able to fully support Suwon Kim's KFM or not? That is the big question.
That's going to be the tag matches as well, but otherwise the singles going to be very important as well. As to Dongjun Park and also Min Jung-ho, can they win some of these very important singles? That's going to be an important one as well, especially if the random match does the roulette go over to the single. That will be something that GFAM has to think about, because it seems like GC Busan Red just getting the match prediction 98% onto their favorite. Everybody knows who the winner is supposed to be, but the supposed to is a big term, because GFAM can come up with big surprises. Remember last year they came in at the semifinals already, being that top 4 team, something we didn't expect out of GFAM at that time. But now we are here once again, looking at GFAM and see what we can get out of these guys.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see in our first matchup. We'll be tagging you guys see the classes respectively to the players here, and Yoon Tae-sun being on the Gunslinger, we'll see how well he'll do this season, because, you know, to be honest, Yoon Tae-sun's Gunslinger kind of compared to Byung-hyun Jun's Gunslinger kind of lacked skill overall, but it wasn't bad, so we'll see if this will work out against GFAM.
I think you got that exactly right. It wasn't as good as Byung-hyun Jun, obviously, knowing as the super rookie and also the best gunslinger we have here in Korea, but still very well done in terms of, especially in tag, just trying to get all the utilities down when the damage opportunity does arise, especially from the Destroyer and the Warlock getting up in the aerial. Really just to interfere comes in correctly and just puts all that damage from Yutason's Gunslinger. So very well done in Season 1 is the kind of the reason why they were the champions of that previous season, but see if they can continue in Season 2.
Yeah, and I'm also excited to see Suwon Kim's KFM. He did rest in Season 1 like we mentioned before. Let's see how much more he prepared for us and for this tournament with Min Jung-ho, and adding a new member, Dongjun Park, like Joe mentioned before. He usually plays the Blade Dancer and the Destroyer. We'll see how well he supports his team.
Very much used to the Blade Master.
Yeah.
Having with the GFAM, definitely the unconventional composition that we have kind of established with GFAM was the Blade Master Summoner and the KFM, but definitely not going to be the case anymore. We're going to have the Blade Dancer, something very close to the current meta. That means that maybe GFAM has to work with something here. It might be an interesting poll as to what we're going to get from today's matches.
All right, the music has changed, but yeah, I'm very excited to get into our first match.
Let's get into the first match, guys, of the first season here, Season 2, first match. Let's get it underway. into our first game of the season. We're here with GC Busan Red, defending champions of Season 1. We're going to be hearing from the challenger, G-Fam, we haven't seen for a while, but already starting off strong. You see that time escape had to be used. Suwon Kim on that clutch.
All right, here we go. Junohan is definitely a formidable warlock here. As always, we'll see if he'll be able to force out. There we go, a defensive interfere coming in.
It's going to be the one to start off. Obviously, the lightning draw is going to be able to do some additional damage, but otherwise, it's been very much a one-sided match as G-Fam already finding a little bit of trouble. You see that interfere coming from the gunslinger, doing formidable damage onto Suwon Kim.
All right, Suwon Kim definitely still staying in there, but the tab escape is out once again right after it comes back, and that forces him to tag out.
It's going to be the way it goes, and Junohan really holding his own ground very, very well. His first match already, and Dongjin Park coming in, gonna find no answers. Taking so much damage from Junohan, just a single-handedly put out damage there, and Junohan still holding strong for now. And let's get Phantom Grip for the time being. Gonna get up in the air, see what we can make out of this one. It's 2v2 interfere.
All right, there we go. The reactionary. We have some aerials going on here, but Dongjin Park, this is not how you want to, make your debut into this Blade and Soul scene here. You are the new guy. You are the rookie on the team. You have to show something if you're going to be, want to get into this team of G-Fam, who's actually been doing pretty well whenever they participated in this tournament.
And there we go. We got to see a pretty good lightning draw, but otherwise, has to just back out and back out over to Min Jung-ho. So, first appearance for her, obviously, for Season 2. Of course, that first time in 2018 that she makes her first appearance. So welcome back, Min Jung-ho. See if she can make something happen here. Sunday Choi coming back to fight against the Summoner. See what the Destroyer can do.
Here we go. Sunday Choi has something to prove as well. Once known as the World Destroyer, a lot of people saying he cannot pull his weight for his team, so we'll see if he's able to do that here this time around.
But the escape's going, but the wall bang is going to be coming through, and that's going to be a lot of damage. No escape for Min Jung-ho, and that just might be the first death, unless she can just escape out of there. Does find the tag button in time, and Suwon Kim is going to be back on the field, but that was a very, very close one.
That was definitely close. She was able to heal, so she will stay alive into the tag out, but you just taking the brunt of the damage.
Yuta-san just going very, very ham here, and that's going to be them almost looking like they're going to go out. Can he find the tag button in time? He does get back. He's not going to use attack for now, so a little bit off on that one, and Junohan finally coming back in, but Yuta-san very surprised there.
Yeah, you saw him for a split second there. He was kind of talking to his teammates, and he was definitely surprised. He was like, what is going on here? We do have the original Junohan and Suwon Kim out back on the field.
This is the classic matchup we've seen from Junohan and Suwon Kim from over the years. But look at this, Suwon Kim on the losing end already. Junohan already putting out the damage, and Suwon Kim just might have to tag out once again. Might have to use a last tag to get out of there. Finally use the tab escape. See what he can do for this next instance.
All right, there we go. The Rising Dragon connects. Forces Junohan to use his body swap here, but he does have his tab escape. There we go. Final escape used for that Warlock here. This is going to be it.
Hey, you see the ultimate almost connecting through, but it's going to tag out to somebody's choice and negating that altogether. Destroyer coming back to see if he can make some numbers against Suwon Kim here, but Suwon Kim has been holding his ground for a very long time.
Yep, this is definitely expected from Suwon Kim. He has both his Emit Frost and his tab escapes, so it's very good to go up against the Destroyer because he cannot grab him because that Emit Frost is going to release him. The aerial, the reactionary 2v2.
So as soon as the iron plating went out, Suwon Kim went for the damage there, but Junohan did come in for that interfere on the defensive end to save out his teammate, but Dongjin Park is going to come in for free. Oh, actually Suwon Kim had to use the attack.
Yep.
Attack button. Just seemingly very close to a free tag happening, but
there we go. Chase happened. Reactionary 2v2 happened once again.
Look at this, and Dongjin Park spin around towards Junohan and trying to get the damage onto the familiar, but not going to connect it for the time being. But it's going to find damage on the other end. Dongjin Park has to escape and does barely do so, but Min Jung-ho gets caught on the other end, but can she just escape out of there? Does try to heal up for the time being, but you have to be very, very careful with Min Jung-ho.
Yeah, Min Jung-ho does have her escape, but we'll see because she's so low that even before she uses her escape, she may just die out if a CC lands on her, but the escape has been used. Now this is going to be very, very dangerous for Min Jung-ho.
Swang Kim coming in there, just trying to go in, and really nothing really coming from there so far. Min Jung-ho is still staying alive. Still trying to get them heals back and see what she can do against Juno Han here.
Cat definitely putting out some damage to Juno Han, but he's definitely comfortable out here. He has his escape. No tags for either side. Well, actually, Min Jung-ho has one tag, but no interferes for GC Busan. No interferes for GC Busan Red because Juno Han is out here with that one and only interfere point here.
Min Jung-ho trying to not get caught out of that one, trying to not go into the area. That would mean the first that's coming in. The leech does land, as you say, but it does not connect to an aerial. But we're going to see an aerial on the other side. But that's going to be Juno Han taking all the damage. No tag points, remember. 10 seconds is what Juno Han has to survive through. And Swang Kim, after putting the damage from Min Jung-ho, is going to come and try to finish Juno Han. And he does get that exactly done. And Sungjin Choi is going to come back out to the field. See what he can do against the Destroyer.
Wow, all right, so Juno Han is knocked out first against GFAM. The first death of Season 2 is Juno Han, and we have Shingyun Kim out here, and Mid Frost was used. He still has his tag, his tab escape, so we'll see how he can work around with that with the triple kick landing.
Okay, the Destroyer ultimate coming in. That's not going to connect for damage. That would have connected to a death there if it had connected, but Swang Kim still has to be careful. Trying to get the Typhoons on, and that might be the end of Swang Kim if he can't just get out of it. But Rising Dragon with the triple kick, that's going to be a very nice stun. Still going for the knocks here, and he's got to get open to the aerial. Can he go for the finish again? Sungjin Choi taking a lot of damage already.
There we go. The escape has been used now. Whoever lands that first CC will get the kill. There's 20 seconds until everybody gets an interfere point back, but will they be able to try to finish each other off before that?
Still only 3 minutes left, means that still a lot of time left in this one. Swang Kim, really the MVP for today's match already, and doing so well in game number 1, but can he hold through? Still very slim. All the HP has to go against Sungjin Choi.
Alright, there we go. He's going to try to finish it off, but now everybody gets in. Back. There we go.
All that, but he's going to go up in the aerial, but Sungjin Choi couldn't connect on that.
The offensive interference.
But comes in and tries to get the damage on, but still heals through, giving Swang Kim a little bit of HP to work. He has 10 seconds left on field.
Yeah, Sungjin Choi and Yuntae both are very low. They can't interfere in, but here we go.
Kim, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, but that's not going to be enough for him to finish off Sungjin Choi. It's going to allow Min Jung-ho to come back in. Can she finish off the second kill that would come through? But 2 seconds means that Sungjin Choi is probably going to just go out. But before she goes down, Sungjin Choi is going to go down before that 1 second tick. Had to go out. Yoon Tae-sung's going to be the last one standing in the field, but Swang Kim has that one interfere, maybe onto this very slim health hit. Yoon Tae-sung on the gunslinger. Min Jung-ho and Swang Kim looking for the last kill here.
Wow, that was a very good last second interfere from Dongjun Park, getting that landing the lightning draw to kill off.
Oh, I think they did it, but it's going to be a win over towards GFAM in this very first game against the defending champions of GC Busan Red from Season 1.
All right, so in the VCRs, and for me personally, we had some doubts against GFAM, and you saw the predictions, 98-2, but it seems as if the first round goes to the 2% team.
It really is GFAM, obviously the challenger that haven't even participated in Season 1. They come in Season 2 as the new faces and really just challenges the defending champions, and GC Busan Red just really absolutely stunned after that loss already.
Oh yeah, definitely. You guys saw the faces of GC Busan Red after that match, and they definitely seemed very shocked. And in the VCR, GFAM said they were only able to win because we did not participate. That's exactly what they said, or rather what Suwon Kim said to GC Busan Red. And after this first round, it seems they may be correct.
It really does, and very nice kill coming from Min Jung-ho from that first kill towards Juno Han. That was the important one right there, but oh man, I just didn't think that it would be this close already. I thought it would just a one-sided matchup towards GC Busan Red. That's what we all expected, along with the 98% of fans who voted for GC Busan Red in this very first matchup. But GFAM is already surprising us already. This might be a kind of a reminder to 2017 when GFAM surprised us by going all the way to the semi-final and almost going to the final.
Yeah,
that's a team that used to be GFAM, but with this new roster, with Dongjun Park on the line and with that Blade Dancer, it's looking much better today.
Yeah, now Dongjun Park playing pretty well as a rookie on GFAM, being the new addition. We know Swang Kim and Min Jung-ho, they have a little bit of teamwork going down here, but Dongjun Park added a little bit late. He has to adjust to the team, and it seems as if he's doing pretty well. Early on in the game, I was talking as if, he has to pull his weight a little bit better, make right choices. But as the game went on, it seems as if he was adapting and he got used to this team play and what he needed to do for the team.
It really did. And very nice debut coming in from Dongjin Park on that blade dancer. Very nicely done. And Sung Kim and Min Jung-ho really showing they're here to play. They're not here to lose. But even if against the GC Busan Red, whatever champion that they may be, doesn't really matter for G-Fan. They just want to here to win.
Yeah, definitely. They're here to win. And, Dongjin Park, I saw his initial on top. It's DJ Park. And, I'd rather call him DJ rather than Dongjin. It's so much better for him as a player. He gets to be remembered as DJ.
You know what it is? Who's going to come out from the side of G-Fan this round? It's going to be DJ, I should say. But Min Jung-ho, this is the interview height matchup that Min Jung-ho is challenging, just calling out Juno Han. See if he can beat me. Who's going to be the one crying after this one? We're going to find out.
Yeah, we'll see who sheds the first tear. Will it be Juno Han or anybody from GC Busan Red, or will it be Min Jung-ho from G-Fan?
Wow, I mean, if Min Jung-ho beats Juno Han in this 1v1 matchup, that's sending a really, really just a definite statement as to what Min Jung-ho used to be, a player that really worked really hard to win the games but couldn't ever do that. But see if she will get the 1v1 win against Juno Han from GC Busan Red. We're going to find out in its very first single matchup of the season 2. We're going to find out who the winner is. You guys are just joining in. You see that one right next to G-Fan means that they definitely did win that tag match in that first the match of the game. And looking at Min Jung-ho now, see if she can continue on the course against Juno Han in this 1v1 match.
Min Jung-ho did get some poke damage early on in the game, but the leash lands. The forces Juno Han to tap escape out straight away.
Had to use the back roll, but no problem for the time being. Still gets Juno Han up in the aerial, puts a lot of damage on. Juno Han, you have to be careful, boy. He's still taking a lot of damage. The cat still bothering Juno Han left and right. And Min Jung-ho, she does get caught up, but does back roll once again out. That's going to be fine for the summoner, but still putting consistent damage on towards Juno Han.
Look at the Sunflower and the cat doing its work, but Min Jung-ho gets punished for that. The escape has been used from Min Jung-ho.
Looking at this now, Min Jung-ho, can she actually get this done? The heels coming through. Juno Han finding it difficult to fight back, but this is going to be the hit. And Min Jung-ho gets that win in that 1v1, and Juno Han is the first one to shed tears.
Definitely. Min Jung-ho definitely figured out how to go up against Juno Han because the last season when Min Jung-ho participated as a summoner with G-Fam and watching Lee being on the team, she was kind of playing it passively when she went out for the singles, but this time around, she did not give any breathing room to Juno Han. She was taking some hits from Juno Han with the leash landing and everything, but she knew that not giving Juno Han any time to think or any time to make his move or prepare his move was the answer to beat him, and that definitely worked out for him.
And the most impressive thing about Min Jung-ho on that game too was not even just trying to go for that all-in-one combo, but it was consistent damage over and over again, and Juno Han just did not know how to react and counter for that, and this resulted in a very easy win for Min Jung-ho.
Yeah, it's definitely after this matchup we can know now that Cat is greater than Thrall.
Depending on this matchup, you always talk about the calculator being as smart as its user. That's going to be the Cat due to the very impressive play coming from Min Jung-ho, winning at the game number 2. But we're going to go to the roulette to see if game number 3 will bring us another single, or we're going to go back to a tag on this round.
Yeah, but remember, this is best of 5, so first team to obtain 3 points will be the winner, and it's singles again. So if G-Fam wins this singles, and I'm pretty sure they're going to send out Sung Kim here on the KFM to finish off the job. We'll see if that's going to be the case.
And as you say, just one more game needed for G-Fam to win out this round. Just a clean sweep over GC Busan Red, something we didn't expect when we came into the studio today, ending in. Now we're looking at the situation. One more single. Obviously, Juno Han nor Min Jung-ho can participate in this because they just played in the previous round. But set 3 should be very important as to who's going to make the appearance, trying to survive GC Busan Red, and who's going to be coming up for G-Fam to try to finish out the round.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure GC Busan Red giving up their first set in tag They expected to win set 2, have a little bit of breathing room.
Look at this, Soul Fighter. Yuntason. I know he plays everything, but Soul Fighter might be the first time we've seen this guy play it.
Yuntason on the Soul Fighter and Suwon Kim on the KFM. You know, I used to say when Shingyang Kim used to play the Soul Fighter, whenever Shingyang Kim went up against Suwon Kim or Duggan Kang in the past, that was the most exciting matchup. When we have the two mobile characters, the two characters with a lot of evasive, a lot of iframes. It's just hectic, but it's like a Dragon Ball Z
It's
fight.
two brawlers. That's
Like,
basically what it is. Just a head-to-head fist fighting all the way to the end.
It's going to be Vegeta versus Goku.
Hey, man, which one's the Vegeta? That's the one I want to know, because we know the end of the story on that one, but we're going to find out who the Vegeta is and who the Goku is going to be. But Game 3 might be the last one for GC Busan Red if they cannot pick up a win. And they pick out the Soul Fighter out of all things first, Yuntae-son. Oh man, this is going to be an interesting one ending. We saw GC Busan Red struggle in the first matches of Season 1. See if that's going to happen again in Season 2.
Yeah, I'm very excited because like we mentioned before, Yuntae-son, he's been on a winning streak, but starting today, maybe he's a little bit tilted. We'll see if he's able to come back and have that winning mentality to carry him on to victory.
And you have to understand that Yuntae-son was not the greatest in game number 1 on that gunslinger, did not do his part to get the win. Can he just recover from that in this game number 3? See if he can continue to scale his team forward, because he definitely needs a win here, and his team definitely needs a win to continue on the round.
Yeah, it's definitely just everybody, all the members of GC Busan Red needs to carry their weight. Everybody's pulling each other down.
And we're going to see if that's going to be the case with GC Busan Red having to win another one just to get to round number 4. G-Fan looking out to finish here. See if he can get that done in round number 3. Here we go. You're looking at not Blade and Soul, but Dragon Ball Z. As we see Goku and Vegeta. I'm just kidding, guys, but you know who you guys can vote in chat. Obviously, who's gonna be the Goku, who's gonna be the Vegeta. Definitely the KFM looking like the favorite as to how G-Fan has played so far. Already, the Goku moves on the way.
Yeah, you know, if they're on the same level, Soul Fighter might have a little bit of edge on the KFM, but Suwon Kim's KFM is definitely not to be messed with.
Yuntae-son hasn't pressed a single button yet.
Not yet. There we go. The first button used was that escape.
Oh my word. That's going to be the start for the Yuntae-son so far. And, oh man, yikes all over. And Suwon Kim, can he get the Moors just moving forward here? But so close as to getting a clean sweep off of GC Busan Red. Just a few more HP away.
I'm not saying it will be, but if it does go down to the TKO, it's definitely going to KFM because Soul Fighter has so much heals. But once again, he's in the air. 7 seconds left for the escape, so this might just be it.
It might be. 4 seconds left. Can he survive for the time being? Just trying to put out the max
One more
CPS
second.
as he can do it. Just get the knockdown. And does not going to get it down with the pommel, but once again, just get the tab escape down. It's going to result in a stun on the other end. And Suwon Kim finally taking the first bit of damage here. And Yuntae-son trying to heal back while putting out the damage onto Suwon Kim.
Tab escape has been used also for the KFM. Now they are both out of escapes. We'll see the first CC lands. The Rising Dragon countered, knocked out.
Hey, Yuntae-son just going for the damage here. Just gonna go for the all in here. And no escape for Suwon Kim. And this might be the finish onto Yuntae-son. And Yuntae-son gets the finish from 100 to 0. And that does not take that long for the Soul Fighter.
That was so close. You know, Yuntae-son got his escape back right before he was knocked out. And, you know, landing that 1 CC after KFM not having an escape, you know, it's basically over for either side. Whoever landed that CC first was the winner, and Yuntae-son was the winner of that fight.
So the Goku was Yuntae-son on the Soul Fighter. That's the resolution we get in the end ending. But look at that. This is the story of Dragon Ball Z. Just Vegeta beating down Goku as it seems like Goku's going to go down in the end. But all in one, just that one Kamehameha, just all you need to finish off Suwon Kim. And oh man, and Yuntae-son with the Soul Fighter, the least expected pick out of this guy, is going to keep GC Busan Red in line.
And negating that Rising Dragon from the KFM coming in, counters it with the CC, and it's just cleanly finished from Yuntae-son here. And you know, what a game. Oh, jeez.
It really is. Seeing that 98% of Blade and Soul players out there is going to be rooting for GC Busan Red means that Yuntae-son still keeping that pressure up and seemingly has that edge to go forward here. We're going to go to the tag match for set number 4. See if this can continue. Or GFM just going to get another miraculous win right here and finish off the round.
Yeah, well, you know, since GFM does have that 2-set advantage, this is always going to be that potentially last game, even if it does go down to set 5. So if GFM wins this tag match again against GC Busan Red, it will be over regardless of GC Busan Red coming back into Sun taking that singles win.
We're going to see what happens here because GC Busan Red with that gunslinger on Yuntaesun did not win out, but they're still going to go with the same composition, feeling very confident. Having the gunslinger, the warlock, and the destroyer in line, GFN's going to go back to their very, very usual roster of KFN, the blade dancer, and the summoner is going to be very much what we're used to.
Yeah, and as you see on GC Busan Red, the same lineup as well. Yuntaesun back on that gunslinger. Let's hope that he got some confidence after winning that singles as a soul fighter, that he can perform better on his gunslinger in this tag match.
We're going to see what happens because it seems like GFN was going to have that the match in the bag, and Game 3 would have ended out the series, but the series now continue with Yuntaesun winning out the game number 3 with him on the Soul Fighter. But back on the gunslinger, see if GC Busan Red can pick up a tag victory for the very first time here.
Alright, we'll have to see because GC Busan Red definitely have to cut off the momentum. It has been partially cut with Yuntaesun winning on the Soul Fighter, but now they have to win this tag match to have a chance to actually get a win out of this whole game.
Seems like Min Jung-oh, as you saw her on the screen, she is undefeated so far in that game number 1, game number 2. She's back on the field, and see if that will lead to another GFAM victory. We're going to get to game number 4. Let's get it on. Here the cheers, mostly for GC Busan Red being the more popular team out there, also being the defending champion for Season 1. But here we are, Season 2. GFAM looking like a good challenger for GC Busan Red, at least for the first 2 rounds. This will happen in game number 4.
Right, so we do have that Suwon Kim versus Juno Han matchup once again.
See Juno Han already using the time escape to get out of that stun, but another stun does come through. No defensive interfere so far. She's going to go for the time distortion to get all the escape right back. See Suwon Kim trying to continue on with the damage.
Here we go, Suwon Kim definitely playing it up close here. Tetherblade lands, forcing that defensive interfere reactionary 2v2 actually coming out from both sides.
You saw Yuntaesun trying to go for the damage there, but still limiting the damage altogether. Was that interfere coming from Min Jung-oh, but another one now. 2v2 reactionary once again. Suwon Kim, be careful a little bit. Taking a lot of damage earlier in the game.
That think forces Suwon Kim to have escape and tag out, but that is executed.
What is going this? Don't you put
DJ!
Okay, you have to just tag right back down, and Min Jung-oh just a wasted tag point already, if you can say so yourself, and Dongjin Park does go out already, but you know what? Wow, look at this. Min Jung-oh on fire today, just not losing to anyone.
Yeah, Min Jung-oh is actually the carry. Usually it's Suwon Kim. Suwon Kim definitely has been performing well, Dongjin as well, but Min Jung-oh is just all the way up there.
Min Jung-oh taking a little bit of damage from Yuntaesun, but still holding her ground quite well, and just distance away from each other. You see the cat right in the cross for both fields, trying to just distract Yuntaesun, but just slingshots out of there.
There we go. Cat definitely sticking right next to Yuntaesun. Cat definitely loves Yuntaesun here in this round. Sung Choi coming in.
Choi does get that iron plating up and trying to just defend against the damage that would come in, but Yuntaesun does tag out. Min Jung-oh has definitely served her first duty of getting that first win across that matchup. Let's see if she can get done against the destroyer here.
She's definitely doing work on Sungjin Choi as well. The escape almost coming back, which means he used it right away. Here we go, another interfere into a 2v2.
2v2 reaction, but Juno Han very dangerous in this situation. He's going to have to go out, and thank goodness that timer did go out. That would have resulted in a death off an interference for Juno Han.
Alright, so Suwon comes back in as versus the destroyer. This is definitely a good matchup for KF, and we'll see if he's able to put out some damage, force Sungjin Choi to maybe use a tag amid frost to escape from that grapple.
Okay, it's going to get him up in the area. Of course, with Yuntaesun trying to just come back for the defensive interfere. Suwon Kim still just really holding strong as he goes for the damage on the other end. But Choi once again in the aerial. Suwon Kim just continuing on the damage stammer. So that will come through. It's going to result in a tag out for Yuta-san back out on the field.
All right, they are definitely trading their tag points. As you guys can see, the tag points are evenly matched up. GFAM used one more interfere compared to GC Busan Red. GC Busan Red definitely had a great early game. We'll see if they'll be able to continue that and capitalize on that advantage.
Oh, but look at this, Suwon Kim, you have to be careful. That one tag point might just have to be used now. And he does use it to get Min Jung-ho back out to the field, and Yuta-san has to be scared once again.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure GC Busan Red, they're all scared of Min Jung-ho right now. Something happened with her and her cat. They're definitely putting out work, maybe even three persons worth all by herself.
It really is, and Min Jung-ho just goes to show the work that she has put in off the offseason, and now has come back as a better player. But still trying to go forward for all that damage. Yuta-san still up in the air, trying to look for the angle where he can just put the damage in, but the cat's still not providing any room for Yuta-san to move around.
Yeah, the cat definitely being a nuisance. Yuta-san as a gunslinger, I've never seen him back off like this. He's always on the offensive, but this time around, he's just running away. He's so busy.
I just don't know the pathing to get around the summoner, which is a weird thing to say altogether, but Choi coming back out. Once again, a loss for Yuta-san. See if the Destroyer can put the damage on, but the ultimate now coming through. That will not be anything for the time being. It's going to stun up on Choi for the time being, but the iron plating is going to limit the damage that would come through. Min Jung-ho still trying to go for something here. The Destroyer ultimate coming through, but still not going to connect to anything for the time being.
All right, the blue buff was given. Min Jung-ho has a chance to do a lot of damage output, but Min Jung-ho taking the brunt of the damage here.
No, this is a very dangerous situation. Yuta-san finally getting that opportunity to finish out. Min Jung-ho could not use that tag point in time. And Suwon Kim now looking like he's in lots of trouble with basically no escape, no tag, and no interfere from Dongjin Park. Means that he has to stay alive for the next 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's a long time to stay alive, and GC Busan Red definitely has that advantage with the points, tag, and the interfere. We'll see if they'll be able to just cleanly finish this out and bring this to set 5.
That's going to be an automatic knockout for Suwon Kim. The damage that's to Rio and Junohan just trying to finish off the team single-handedly now. Dongjin Park, obviously no help from his teammate, no tag point, nothing to do with anything. That's just survival with that Blade Dancer, but finding it very difficult now.
He's unable to make any offensive moves here. He's just busy running away.
Samjin Choi just gets in this face and finishes out the side of GFAM, and that will be once again a reverse sweep still ongoing for GC Busan Red after losing the first 2 rounds. They win the 2 consecutive rounds thereafter, and we got to get to the very last set of the singles.
Yeah, so the first 2 set goes to GFAM, and the next 2 set goes to GC Busan Red. So the momentum shift has definitely happened. It's definitely on GC Busan Red side now. It's very unfortunate that GFAM was unable to finish that off in the round 3, and having been brought to round 4 and losing round 4. Now GFAM, they've been on top with that 2-game winning streak, and now they're being brought down, and I know that feels bad.
Definitely, this has been an endurance test for GFAM because winning out that game number 1 and game number 2. If they could have finished out in game number 3, that would have been the best case scenario for GFAM, upsetting GC Busan Red altogether. But for the time being, it seems like the endurance test is being won so far by GC Busan Red, holding up to game number 4, already winning out 2 consecutive. Now, game 5 looking like really just the overall mood has shifted over to a GC Busan Red in preparation for this game number 5.
Yeah, definitely, and now I can actually comfortably say this. GC Busan Red having that experience of making it all the way to the finals and being the champions of Season 1, they definitely, they are showing how strong their mentality is. Even if they gave up the first 2 rounds and the 3rd round was potentially the last game, and if they lost 3-0, I wouldn't have said this, but them coming back now, almost having the reverse sweep, it just shows that they are the previous champions, not to be messed with.
You have to just remember how close Yuta-san was dying out in that set number 3 against KFM of Suwon Kim. You remember that?
Yeah.
Almost was a clean sweep altogether, but does get that comeback win at game number 3. Now when you have this tag match game number 4. get to the last single, see who's going to play him. I think it's going to be Min Jung-ho. She's been looking great for the side of G-Fan so far all day today. And see who's going to be the opponent here.
We'll have to see who will come out, because this is definitely the last game, and especially for G-Fan, they want to win this first day and come out on top.
Suwon Kim is going to be the one to come out for G-Fan. It's going to be Sung Jin Choi on the Destroyer. How do you see this match? Usually we like to favor KFM way over Destroyer, but this time around,
they're both very good. Usually, as the class, KFM definitely has that upper hand, but like I said, depending on who is piloting the character, it all depends.
And look at KFM right now. Suwon Kim could not win against Yoon Tae-son on the Soul Fighter a bit earlier in that game number 3, but his new challenger is going to be the Destroyer. For Sung Jin Choi, the World Destroyer, if not anything. So that 1v1 will be very, very important for this guy. See if he can just make do against a very much a weak matchup for the Destroyer against KFM. See what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see this matchup. This will decide today's first match.
We're going to see who's going to be the winner out of this one. Could be either side with G7 and G-Fan for the very last game. Decide a winner for the very first round we have for Season 2. We're going to get the match very much underway. The last matchup, GFM, GC Busan Red now 2-2, all even as we start this game number 5, the last match. Now we'll decide the winner of this very first round.
Yeah, I definitely did not see this first matchup going to this set 5, but it just shows how strong GFM has become.
He has become very strong in the first 2 games, but next 2 games right after that meant that GC Busan Red was a stronger team after day, but the stun that will come through for Suwon Kim. Now he just can't get out of there. No escape out of this one, but does carry.
Yeah,
barely get out of there.
Side steps out. Here we go. One more chance for Suwon Kim to make a difference here. There we go. The back roll chase. Never gonna miss that.
Stun that will come through. No escape. Remember, just gonna get up in the area of Sung Jin Choi. Get back down. Just going to be the second area that will come through. Still taking a lot of damage. Suwon Kim just looking to continue on with this. The stun that will continue here. 4 seconds. That's all.
There we go. Persistence used. It gets out, and he does get his escape back as well.
Hey, the stun that will come through. He does have the escape. Remember, Suwon Kim just can't get out of there. He's looking for the right timing to get out. It really is. He's going to be just going forward here. Once again, the damage that comes through, but no stun. That's going to be the important one to move forward with.
Here we go. Kim definitely has to make a crazy play here to force out Sung Jin Choi's escape, and then another CC, but it's the aerial. This is not enough.
Kill. Okay, it's not going to be the kill right away, but it's not even going to go to a stun. But once again, I think that comes through. But Sung Jin Choi with such low HP.
There we go.
No more escape. That's going to be the last few. Just the last few hits that will do it. Suwon Kim does go up in the area, but
he
still
gets his escape back.
HP.
Gets it back. Gets the escape back. Suwon Kim definitely waiting for that time.
Suwon Kim just gets that one right tap escape. That might do it. Just a few more hits. One more hit. One more hit.
Cough on him.
One more hit from Suwon Kim. That's going to be able to do 1 minute. Literally no HP from Sung Jin Choi, but still looking forward to finish this game off. Suwon Kim, be careful. He's going to be taunting himself. If he loses it, but they're going to be the one to lose it. Sung Jin Choi. Are you serious? Oh my goodness.
Oh my! Oh, that was probably the closest matchup I've ever seen in the 4 years of Blade and Soul that I casted.
Somehow I felt that coming.
Wow!
Oh my goodness! Somehow it felt as if Sung Jin Choi was not gonna die out and actually gonna win that with literally 2 HP online.
Why do you say 2? I thought it was 1.
It was practically invisible. That HP ball is gone.
Oh, jeez. That was such a close... Gosh. All right, let's get on with this replay here. You know, it was very good for Suwon Kim to do this early on. You know, putting out that burst damage, knowing that Sung Choi did not have his escape and only a persistence, so he was going to take the brunt of the damage and save it until the end as he uses it very soon. Here we go. So he escapes here, so now Sung Kim has to take out his escape and then another CC to finish him off, but that was, unable to happen here.
Oh man.
So here, he takes out his escape. So that was expected. And then another CC had to land. Here we go. One more CC, or what? He just couldn't do it.
He just needs to breathe it on him to get that 1 HP down in the end, but Sung Choi,
It goes down even lower than this.
Look at this. Sung Choi, look how low he
There we go, look at that.
That's the HP. That's the HP he's working with. Look at that.
And Sung Kim has roughly 40% health against probably 1% health.
Oh my word.
This is just...
I'm done.
This round, I'm not going to say anything. It speaks for itself. You guys see the replay. I'm definitely going to see it once again to see... Oh, geez. But GC was on red. Definitely the winner. They definitely did a reverse sweep. It happened. They were down 2-0, but now they win 3-2.
You know what that means, though? No matter what happens, it doesn't matter if you lose 2 games straight. If you can get every win on this board, that will be a win for GC after they pick up the first round. We're going to go to a short break, guys. I'm going to return for the second matchup of the day. We're going to find out who that's going to be as we're going to get to a short break. We'll be right back for more Blade and Soul action.
이제 뜨면 김현우가 찍습니다. 이번엔 안성 아웃입니다.
저희가 지난 시즌 4위를 했는데 저희는 처음 목표가 4강이었기 때문에 크게 아쉽지는 않고요.
그러니까 다시 만나긴 했는데 저번엔 3위로 저희보단 순위는 높았지만 저한테 졌었거든요. 저희한테는 거기가 그렇지.
압박감 이런 것 때문에 잠깐 슬럼프가 와서 그때 좀 고비가 있긴 했었지만 지지 않고 이기다 보니까 자신감이 붙으면서 이제 경기도 잘 풀리게 되더라고요. 솔직히 다시 만나면은 그냥 이겨줄 수 있는 마음이었어요.
미터 플레이를 잘하시는 권사 한 번 빼면은 개인전으로 제가 질 것 같지가 않아요.
이수환 선수 맞아요. 쿠데타 팀은 격사가 원맨 팀인데 이수환 선수, 최훈 선수는
경품?
글로리. 예선장에서 병현이가 이번 시즌은 안 주진다고 저희한테 얘기를 했는데 고만고만한 애들 2명 데리고 병현아 고생이 많다.
박경민 선수는 난입이나 이런 센스 플레이는 조금 떨어지는 것 같아요.
진짜 포장할 게 없어.
서로 실수할 때마다 남 탓을 많이 해가지고 화합이 잘 안 되고
이제 링검사를 하고 있는 김변우 선수가 약간 성격이 급해가지고 구멍이 될 수 있지 않을까.
별 신경 안 써요.
저번 시즌에는 우빈이가 오더를 잘 안 듣는 것도 있었는데 아직도 한 번씩 귀 닫고 게임을 하기 때문에
자꾸 저만 갈구시는데 이 경민 형도 말 안 들을 때 가끔 있고 솔직히 같이 고쳐야 되는 부분인 건 맞는 것 같아요.
맞아요.
제가 저번 시즌에 격사 때문에 스트레스 너무 받아서 기관사로 직업까지 바꿨거든요. 이번에 콩코 다치게 해드리겠습니다. 지난 시즌 생각하시면 안 될 거예요.
저희 팀은 연습대로만 하면 거의 1등인 것 같아요. 연습대로 안 되니까 우승이 못하죠.
저는 이제 제가 버스를 운전하기보다는 이제 제가 타는 입장이 됐어요. 거의
개인전에서 저희가 이겨줘야죠. 힘들게 연습을 하는 스타일이 아니어가지고 항상 멘탈이 좋은 상태예요. 그래가지고 흘러가는 대로 잘 할 것 같습니다.
연습량 제로.
쿠데타는 캐릭터 빠른데 그 상성을 뛰어넘는 실력으로 찌발라줄게.
Welcome back, guys, to Blade and Soul Korea Season 2. Yep, after we saw the first game team that came through from GC Sunrise and GFAM, looking like GFAM was about to take this clean sweep over the reigning champions, but GC Sunrise comes back on that reverse sweep to win out that one. But we're going to get to the second series now. Let's see Coup d'etat go up against Anarchy.
Yep, on screen we do see the players of Coup d'etat here. Young-won Che, usually known as the assassin, but usually brings out the warlock for the tag matches. We know Suwon Lee only brings out the destroyer. His execute destroyer was amazing last season. Byung-Yeon Jun, you guys all know him on that gunslinger, the famous one and only, that #1 gunslinger in Korea.
He is the best gunslinger by far, and not really many people have rivaled him in that little throne from Korea from season 1, but season 2 he's back again and see if he can get a little bit further than what he did off of that last time around. Season 1 he was very close along with his team to get that championship trophy, but the Red definitely held it back on the track.
Oh yeah, they definitely did, and here we go on screen. We have Anarchy, Woo-Bin Cha, Byung-Woo Kim, and Kyungmin Park, and you guys saw in the VCR, Kyungmin Park is that KFM main also. Not as good as Suwon Kim if I had to compare, but now this season, he mentioned that he switched to the Soul Fighter, so we'll see how well he does on this Soul Fighter, because like you saw in the VCR, he got so stressed out because of that gunslinger, so now he's on that Soul Fighter. Let's see if he's able to counter that gunslinger.
And whenever he goes to the singles, Kyungmin Park, just expect him to maybe switch up to the Soul Fighter here and there, but otherwise, are they going to still stick with the KFM for that tag matches to come? But we're going to find out, of course, after the match prediction of what the people decide to think about these two teams, and 92% versus 8% in favor of Coup d'etat means that not as high as the GC% rep percentages, but still very high as to be convincing as their favoritism right now.
Yeah, and Anarchy actually did beat Coup d'etat. The same lineup, both of these teams, no roster changes, nothing has changed for either team. And in Season 1, Anarchy actually beat Coup d'etat in the group stages, but they just ended up losing and doing worse throughout the whole semifinals and the finals. So, you know, Anarchy was 4th place, Coup d'etat was 3rd. So in the end, Coup d'etat was one step on top of Anarchy. But like I said, in the group stages, they had the experience of beating Coup d'etat. And now we see here of the compositions of both teams.
Soul Fighter for Kyungmin Park, not just for singles, but for tag, obviously. And we just might abandon KFM altogether for Kyungmin Park all throughout the season, but I will say this is a good decision to make, because we're still going to see basically the Warlock of Youngwon Che, obviously usually playing that in the tag matches, and kind of the destroyer of Suwon Lee and also the gunslinger for Byung-Yeon Jun. Means that this is the usual composition we like to see from Coup d'etat that has brought them a lot of success in Season 1. See if they'll continue in Season 2, but against a different Anarchy.
Yeah, we'll have to see about that. It's exactly what I want to see. A different Anarchy with Kyungmin Park being on the Soul Fighter. We'll see if Coup d'etat will be able to do a clean sweep on Anarchy, or will it be like the first games with like GC Busan Red and GFAM, where it goes down to, you know, set 5 and super close, or even a reverse sweep.
And we'll see how much of a difference this makes, because changing from the KFM over to the Soul Fighter, it's going to be Kyungmin Park. But otherwise, the team is left basically the same for very many years now. And here we are looking at Anarchy. Of course, they tried their best to get to the championship round, but had to just settle for that 4th place finish in Season 1. See if we can get any better in Season 2. We're going to find out for the very first match here.
Yep, it seems as if the players are getting ready, and, you know, Byung-Yeon Jun, let's hope that he does not choke, because in Season 1 he had moments where he was amazing, but also had moments where he, you know, we could tell that he was choking on the battlefield, and he was making a lot of mistakes back to back, and ended up only going to 3rd place when I thought Coup d'etat had a chance of getting 1st.
You heard him talking about having a slump there, but can't really have any more slumps in Season 2, as they're looking to get better results for both teams. So Coup d'etat and Anarchy, both semifinals of Season 1. See if we're going to get the very nice matchup in the first round of the match. Here we begin the match. Byung-Yeon Jun starting us off with a gunslinger, not wasting any time against Kyungmin Park, as Soul Fighter decides to use all the escapes already in this match.
Yeah, same goes for Byung-Yeon Jun. They definitely traded. Both of the Warlocks coming for the time distortion. It's basically a reset. The same trades have been made, one interfere each. Both of the time distortions are out. So they're on the same battleground. Here we go. Youngmin Park already using his escape once again.
You see Byung-in back on the Flame Gunslinger, one of the unique ones in all of Korea to use the Flame Gunslinger, but Soul Fighter. Youngmin Park putting out lots of damage already against. John obviously had to get the destroyer in just for the defense to interfere. Oh my god, the execute! Half the damage just gone right away like that.
Yep, and you just have to wait for that cooldown to come back and interfere in, and one more execute. One person is dead.
I mean, Suwon Lee has just really done that execute so many times in season 1. Oh man, here we go once again. The destroyer putting out damage is kind of something to laugh at times, but for this matchup, looking good already for Kurita.
Yeah, but you know, seeing Sungjin Choi win out that close game in round 1, and seeing Suwon Lee's
The Moving Cha?
Oh!
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
no one is out.
Yep, you saw his face. He was just like, I think it's like I just blinked once.
Yeah, you're not supposed to blink in Blade and Soul, and that's what happens. Just 100 to 0 from that one aerial combo from that Warlock. Not even much help needed from his teammate.
Mind you, this is tag.
It is. Oh my.
Alright, well, Suwon Lee here, trying to do some work here.
Okay, what are we to make out of this ending? For the fact that Yeon Che is out this early in the game. Now the first 2 minutes just has been played in this match.
You know, this is, very advantageous for Anarchy, taking out that Warlock early game. No more time distortions for Kureta here. And
no more Sanctum either.
Yeah, no more Sanctum, no more anything no more supports from that Warlock, no more damage outputs with an aerial interferes from the Warlock as well. So we'll see how this will work out for Kureta.
You see Deanna Kim just trying to go for the damage there, but we're going to see the interference from Suwon Lee once again. It does survive Byung-in for the time being, but the Gunslinger's still having a hard time moving around. It just gets fan and grip right there.
Definitely wants to beat out Kureta. They definitely want to beat Kureta as Anarchy because they were so close at
Oh my. This is bad. When Byung-in is one of the first members to go out for Kureta, we usually know what this means.
It's supposed to be Byung-in alive till the end.
Yeah. That's the strategy that Kureta has been going with for all the successful matches they had all throughout season 1. And here we look at the most important Warlock from Youngwon Che just dying out 100-0 full combo.
Yeah.
And Byung-in dying out in the first 3 minutes of this game. And this is an absolute just tragedy for the first match of the game.
Yeah, and if Suwon Lee gets out here in this combo, this is going to be almost as fast as a singles match that goes down to a TKO.
Well, not technically. I mean, 3 minutes just has passed, but I get your point ending. It's going to be very, very fast as we see no escape from Suwon Lee. And the Soul Fighter looking for the finish already and just seemingly giving up. It's going to be decided Kurita as we finish at the round number 1 in such a one-sided manner for Anarchy taking out the victory.
Yeah, you know, this is a new look for Anarchy because I know Anarchy has always been struggling every single season, but they somehow sneak their way up into top 4 or even top 5s in every single season, but they just never make it past that. But, you know, in this day 1, they look great.
Byung-in literally has done nothing in that game number 1. I mean, coming out as the first man on that Gunslinger for the start of that match.
Yeah.
See that? That's the first moment of the game where Byung-in gets just aerialed and just damaged out by Youngmin Park. Obviously, they execute, doing basically all of that damage. Nothing to do with the Gunslinger on that occasion.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, in the VTR, they said, you know, the other two, you know, Suwon Lee and Youngwon Che is the support of Byung-in, but it seems like, you know, Youngwon Che and Byung-in is supporting Suwon Lee. Because Suwon Lee was the one that was left alone until the end.
Yeah, but you know what it is? The strategy-wise, if you get the Destroyer as that main damage output, you have to have the Gunslinger and the Warlock support the Destroyer. That's not going to be equal into a winning team.
Yeah. Definitely not. And, this is not how it was supposed to go for coup d'etat. And they know it, we know it, you guys know it. And, let's hope that they kind of work things out for the next tag match. But in set 2, we're going to get singles. And in set 3, we're going to have the random roulette. But, whenever the tag match comes out, let's hope that coup d'etat kind of, sorted out the mistakes that they have made in this round 1.
Yeah, Youngmin Park switching over to the KFM front, over to the Soul Fighter. Might have been the best decision of his career.
Yeah, definitely.
Looking really, really good on that game number 1. I thought it was just going to be, when he said that in the interview, that he's not going to be, he's opting to fight against the Gunslinger, obviously in the singles. I thought they were just meaning for that kind of matchup, but even in tag, he's not going to just look to play the KFM any longer. And Soul Fighter has looked really, really good against Youngmin Park.
Yep. Oh, we have the spinners out for battle. We have Suwon Lee's Destroyer and Byung-Ho Kim's Blade Dancer.
Suwon Lee has definitely looked the best from coup d'etat in that game number 1, although they did lose out in the quickest of manners. But it's going to be against the Blade Dancer Byung-Ho Kim, who I see definitely did his part to contribute to the win, and has been a very successful Anarchy in that game number 1. Can they continue in game number 2, as it seems like Byung-Ho Kim wants to get an extended lead. 2-0 would look very, very nice for these guys, and maybe might be too much of a pressure for a coup d'etat to fight back on game number 3.
Yeah, and I shouldn't doubt anyone or any team, but after seeing game 1 against with GC Busan Red and GFAB, that reverse sweep coming in, I don't even know what will happen even if Byung-Ho Kim wins this.
Hey, but look at this, a very convincing win for Anarchy in game number 1. Can they continue that in game number 2 and get a 2-0 head start? We're going to find out in this first single of this match, a coup d'etat Anarchy for singles game number 2. We go after that coup d'etat bailing loss against Anarchy in that game number 1. We're continuing on the match here, ending to see Anarchy with Byung-Ho Kim on the Blade Dancer looking to extend their lead over to 2-0.
Suwon Lee is out of dust already. There we go. The CC lands. This might be Byung-Ho Kim's escape here. There we go. They are trading their escapes. Suwon Lee is in the air.
It does come through, and we're going to see Byung-Ho Kim still just trying to hold out here. The lightning draw actually preemptively. Very nicely done with that stun as well, taking about 40% damage away from Suwon Lee. So a very sneaky combo coming from Byung-Ho Kim in that instance.
But he does get pulled in. No
Judgment
escape.
clean.
This is basically done.
Basically.
Oh, but he does not be able to continue that CC and gets into the area. Byung-Ho Kim very close. He did not have any escape, and Suwon Lee should have capitalized on that.
Kim still trying to get the Phantom Grip to the maximum potential, just trying to waste time so he can get that lightning draw back on track. Does heal up a little bit, Byung-Ho Kim.
Yep.
It's going to be pretty even in terms of HP bar against Suwon Lee in this instance.
Yeah, and same goes for that escape. They both traded once again.
Okay, the stun that comes up. Yeah, stun's coming up, and there's going to be no escape coming in from Byung-Ho Kim as he already used it previously. And that's going to be Suwon Lee, who's been looking very, very good for coup d'etat in that game number 1. He's going to continue to look just as good as he wins out in that game number 2.
All right, so it seems as if singles, coup d'etat definitely know what they're doing, especially Suwon Lee in tag and singles. So now all coup d'etat has to do is work on their teamwork in the tag matches. But we do see the replay here. They were just doing straightforward trades with the aerials, with the damage. Same goes for that escapes as well. But at the end of the day, Suwon Lee was able to land that first CC after both escapes were out on both sides and was able to take that victory.
And you know what it is, though? The most important thing about coup d'etat is that they got that win to bring it back to even, but kind of just it makes me a little bit worried to the fact that Suwon Lee might just have to be the carry role on the Destroyer. And that might just be a problem for coup d'etat, because if they can't have Byung-Ho stand up to form and really perform on that gunslinger, that might be a problem for coup d'etat, even if Suwon Lee's playing the best game of his life.
Yeah, but Byung-Ho not being able to do as well or do anything in this first tag match, we still can't forget about how Young-Won Che died.
Yeah,
he actually literally didn't do anything. Yeah. Byung-Ho he did do something compared to Young-Won Che, so it's definitely Young-Won Che's burden for him to kind of come back if it's a tag match here in this roulette.
Yeah, we're going to find out if it is indeed a tag match, but gotta get to a single over to a tag. It's going to end up in a tag match. So this could mean trouble for Coup d'etat, who has not looked very, very good in that game number 1. Of course, the set 1, that tag match going over to Anarchy pretty easily. I think the pressure's really up to Youngwon Chen, mostly to not die out from a full combo. And you don't want to get that die. If you can survive for the next time being, that might be Coup d'etat having a better of a chance, but Anarchy pretty excited about this draw. Going over to the tag match for game number 3.
Yeah, and you know, in season 1 I mentioned this a lot, that Anarchy was the one and only team that stayed together for many years, and you know, they are definitely working out as a tag team more than a singles. So you know, it makes sense that they are happy with this tag roulette, and we'll see if they'll be able to kind of, you know, dominate Coup d'etat as they did in round 1.
We're gonna get the matchups here and see what the classes they do pick out. Most likely kind of be the same. Yes, we're going to get the Youngwon Che back on the Warlock with the Destroyer from Suwon Lee, also with Byung-Hyun Jung on the Gunslinger. From Anarchy, still going to be the Soul Fighter, Gyeongmin Park, feeling pretty confident on that, being very successful in that game number 1. See if we can do just the same in that third game as we have here, as the roulette just draws out to another tag match.
Yeah, Gyeongmin Park versus Byung-Hyun Jun was the first matchup of round 1. We'll see if they'll keep the same matchup, because it definitely worked out for Anarchy. We'll see if Coup d'etat has made some changes, or if Byung-Hyun Jun will come out again, but with a different approach.
What the problem is for Byung-Hyun Jun and the rest of Coup d'etat is that basically they have this only one composition.
Yeah.
And definitely Youngwon Che is not going to go back to the Assassin on his tag composition. I mean that if this one fails, if this composition fails for the entirety of Season 2, that means they're not going to have any percentages of winning out the championship in the second season of Korean Wensel.
Yeah, exactly. You know, this composition definitely worked out in Season 1. Something happened during the short break that we had until we started Season 2. But like you said, Joel, Coup d'etat definitely has to make this composition work out for them, because this is the strongest that they'll get.
This just might be the last opportunity for Coup d'etat to make a statement here. They really just handedly lost over to that game number 1, but they're going to come back. In game number 3, we're going to find out this next tag match between Coup d'etat and Anarchy. Byung-Hyun Jun and Gyeongmin Park back out onto the field. Gunslinger versus Soul Fighter for the first matchup in the tag match.
All right, once again, Byung-Hyun Jun into the area. That early interfere from Woo-Bin Cha, forcing that defensive interfere from Suwon Lee as well. Byung-Hyun Jun taking the first blood damage from Gyeongmin Park.
Byung-Hyun Jun still working through it here, trying to survive for the time being. Does get knocked back. I'll have Youngwon Che come in and use that time distortion to help out with that cooldown.
All right, we had that stagger interfere coming in from Anarchy a little bit late. Oh, the lightning draw is drawn, forcing Byung-Hyun Jun to tag out. This is something that we're not used to seeing.
Usually we like to see Byung-Hyun Jun staying out for that entire 2-minute mark and just trying to get a free tag on. It's something that we're very accustomed to, but for the 2 tag matches in a row we've seen from Coup d'etat, it hasn't been the all-confident Byung-Hyun Jun that we like to see from Season 1. Definitely not the same Byung-Hyun Jun we're used to seeing.
Yeah, we definitely remember from the VCR as well that Byung-Hyun Jun, it seems as if he kind of gets tilted early on if something does not go his way. But Woo-Bin Cha's throw has been killed off already, but Suwon Lee is getting punished for that.
It doesn't really matter if you can kill off the throw. If you're going to take the damage on the other end, that's not a good thing for your team. But Woo-Bin Cha already dying out. This is where Byung-Hyun Jun finds his confidence and regains that momentum for his team. And Gyeongmin Park trying to just fight back after losing his first member. Woo-Bin Cha going out as a Warlock. It's going to be a critical hit over to Anarchy.
Oh yeah, this is definitely critical. Like we saw Youngwon Che go out early. The Warlock, you know, whenever you have a Warlock on your team, you don't want him to go out in the first minute and 30 seconds.
Jun just trying to get the escape out of there, just trying to get through. Byung-Hyun Kim on that Blade Dancer. The lightning draw that's coming through is going to do a little bit of damage. Jun still not going to be strappable for the time being. Still going to put out the consistent damage, and the Blades are having nothing to do on the defensive end.
Yeah, and this is why you need the Warlock. You see the time distortion coming in, helping out the support.
See the shackles are almost looking to get him up in the area, but that interference timer did run out for Youngwon Che. It's not going to finish out the instance on that one, but Byung-Hyun Kim is still finding trouble to survive against Byung-Hyun Jun as he puts out the consistent damage left and right.
Oh, there we go. The tag was definitely needed. Youngmi Park comes in.
And the chase was successful there. Youngmi Park had to use a tag escape right away as soon as he came in.
Here we go. Youngmi Park still being the Soul Fighter, playing it aggressive, going into the face of Young Che. We'll see if he's able to take out Young Che because they definitely has to make it even. And the player in coup d'etat that isn't pulling their weight is Young Che for now. We'll see if this will change here.
Oh, but the damage coming in from the interfere from Bang and John. It's going to be lots of damage onto the Soul Fighter Youngmi Park, and not looking as successful as they were in game number 1 is going to be Anarchy.
Yeah, this is definitely very dominant coming from coup d'etat. We see this is definitely the opposite of round 1.
It really is. Youngmi Park finding it difficult to survive for the time being. We're going to see still relentless force on the offensive end for the side of Suwon Lee and the rest of coup d'etat.
Youngmi Park.
In the end, Lee Byung-in just getting a few more shots onto the Soul Fighter is going to finish him off, and now a very low health. Myeona Kim on that Blade Dancer, how long can he survive? Because it doesn't seem like he's going to go for a 1v3 victory for coup d'etat.
Yeah, Myeona Kim all alone. It's unlikely for that 1v3 to happen, so we'll see because he's not giving up. He's giving everything he's got. But if they, Anarchy losing this tag match, 4th round will be singles, and
it'll be another tag. It'll be another tag.
Oh yeah, it'll be another tag. So okay, so that actually is a little bit better because I was gonna say if they go straight to singles, they have a very low chance. But like you said, Joe, set 4 will be tagged, so Anarchy, they still have a chance because their tag is definitely stronger than their single.
Is it stronger though? Because that game
supposed
3, it's supposed to be, as you say, but supposed to be is a big conditional for Anarchy over the years. They've been sticking around for the longest time. Maybe the longest of any team that we have here in Blade and Soul, but these trio, these 3 players have been sticking around for a very long time, but now how good they're supposed to be has always been a question, because you see that game number 1 where they're so convincingly better than the other team on that tag match, and you see this game number 3. It's not as good.
It's just not good. It's not even as good. There's nothing to compare this round 3 for Anarchy because they perform poorly, and let's hope that they get their thoughts together and they re-strategize for approaching this set 4 that will be coming up, because round 3 was definitely a disaster for Anarchy.
It could be the last round for Anarchy if they cannot win in this next tag match that will come up. Are we going to get the round 1 Anarchy, or are we going to get the round 3 Anarchy? Depending on the former or the latter, definitely the fates will sway for the side of Anarchy.
Yeah, they definitely have to win set 4 to stay in this, and like you said, Joel, will we see round 1 Anarchy or round 3? We'll have to get into set 4, but it seems like coup d'etat definitely, they worked some problems out after that second round happened with the winning of the singles, and the 3rd set becoming that tag. I'm pretty sure coup d'etat going into this 3rd set was kind of afraid because they didn't do so well in round 1, but they were able to pull themselves back together and take that victory in round 3.
Yeah, that's really, really important, isn't it? I mean, because coup d'etat, after they lost that first game, we thought that this would continue on to be a struggle for a team that has looked very good in Season 1, but here they come back in Game 3 looking just as convincing as they were in the previous season. Now they're back. Game number 4, another tag that could finish off the series if coup d'etat gets another win here.
Alright, we'll see if coup d'etat just carries this momentum, round 2 singles win, round 3 random roulette, becoming a tag and winning that against Anarchy is definitely a momentum shift, because now they're confident. They want a single, they want a tag. So now, coup d'etat, they just have to, whatever it may be, even though set 4 is a tag, they're not afraid to go up against Anarchy in singles or tag anymore.
That's what it is. We're going to see what happens when Anarchy did lose that game number 3. They lost game number 2 in that single, but more importantly, convincing losing in that tag is not going to help with their momentum in this game number 4, which would be the last match if they do lose out. And they keep the series alive. Anarchy needs to win to keep this out and go to game number 5, but coup d'etat could end it right here. We're going to see what happened in this game number 4. Kudeta and Anarchy. We've seen these two teams face it off many, many times. Season 1, mostly gone over to Kudeta. Looking like the better team for most of these matchups, and here they are looking again. Seemingly the better team all around. Of course, the Byung-Hyun now have to use the tab gate to get out of there.
Alright, we do have the defensive interference coming in from Kudeta. The staggered interference comes in from Anarchy as well, from Woobin Cha. And you know, this has always been a deja vu. Gyeongmin Park always has that upper hand against Byung-Hyun when they first face off in the beginning of the tag. But you know, in round 3, that has changed, and in round 4, it seems like it's going to continue. You know, Byung-Hyun taking a little bit of damage, doing tons more damage to Gyeongmin Park here.
Yeah, definitely winning out that damage trade with that flaying gunslinger, as we know, being the favorite. Byung-Hyun on that gunslinger, looking like the best gunslinger still in Korea. Still just wavering back and forth, and just trying to find the angle to put the damage on towards Gyeongmin Park. It's going to find enough to force out a tag, and the other team's going to be back out. As soon as he comes in, going to go for that double aerial. We're still looking at this. The lightning draw that won't come out. The iron plating is there for Byung-Hyun.
Alright, well, this time around, Gyeongmin Park taking the brunt of the damage. He is a soul fighter, so it's okay. He can chi burst his way to full health, so it's not a problem. As long as Woobin Cha on Anarchy and Youngwon Che on Kudeta, the two warlocks don't die out in the first minute or two.
And this is looking out to Byung-Hyun that we're used to, getting the free tag out in 10 seconds while forcing a tag away from his opponent. Saw that from Gyeongmin Park already. 5 more seconds, and still going to put in the maximum DPS before he does get out. Lots of distance. Not going to be able to get chased up, but the chase does happen.
Yep.
Very impressive from Byung-Hyun from such a long range.
Yeah, Youngwon Che out of his escape here in the sanctum, but still going to take some damage.
Literally had to use a body swap, everything just to get out. Youngwon Che has literally no escape.
Alright, the time distortion.
The maximum value there, trying to get that tab escape right back.
Yep, we do have the Warlock Mirror here, as we know. We're going to see just coil after coil, but we do have that interfere coming in to kind of disrupt this mirror match.
The problem for game number 1 and game number 3 has been all about which Warlock dies out first, and we definitely saw the first Warlock that dies out. It's going to be his team dying off as well altogether.
Yep, slowly coming in to burst out Woobin Cha's draw. We do see Youngwon Che going in, but the area coming in.
The chase coming in beautifully for Woobin Cha. Reads that perfectly, and Suan Lee taking most of his HP out of there. Gyeongmin Park just come in, doesn't get chased right away. It's not going to force any type of tab escapes, but Park still under a bit of pressure. So he has to be careful with that little bit of HP he has.
So Ali does go in. He definitely was on that Fury build, so he definitely had to tag out without having that one escape on Gust. So it was a good call, but now we have this matchup again, Byung-Hyun versus Gyeongmin Park.
They're trying to go forward here and trying to get the damage onto Gyeongmin Park as he did in the first rendition of this game number 4. Trying to do that again. Still looking like he wants to go for the damage output. Here we see Gyeongmin Park very, very focused. Trying to get the damage in, and does so with the Soul Fighter. And
coming in,
going out, and this is going to be trouble for Kudeta as they lose Byung-Hyun as the first man to go out.
Alright, you know, losing a Warlock early on is a big, big problem, but losing Byung-Hyun is also a huge problem, especially for Kudeta, because now what are they going to do?
Have no real source of output in terms of damage. They're not going to rely on Suan Lee for the maximum DPS, because the moment they start doing that, that's going to be a losing Kudeta all around, and Woobin Cha and the rest of Anarchy will be very happy to hear that news.
Yeah, this is a definitely very good news for Anarchy, considering, you know, Byung-Hyun, who's quote-unquote been annoying to handle for Anarchy, is already knocked out, and there's still 5 minutes and 40 seconds of this match. Will this go to a match 5?
We'll see if that happens. Anarchy looking like they have the favoritism right now here, but the ultimate that will come through. It's not even going to be needed there, as even the second aerial doesn't come through, and Suan Lee's going to be out there. Youngwon Che on the Warlock has been the weakest link for Kudeta. Looking like he's not going to survive for much longer as Gyeongmin Park looking for the single-handed finish, and that's going to be Anarchy winning out game number 4, now extending to a final round.
Alright, so we're actually going to this set 5, which will be singles, and as I mentioned before, Anarchy definitely stronger on the tag matches. You know, they were a little shaky and they lost round 3, set 3, but they came back in set 4, kind of gaining their confidence, knocking out Byung-Hyun first, and you know, unable to come back from that coup d'etat is brought to this set 5 against Anarchy. But singles, I'm pretty sure coup d'etat is a little bit more confident compared to Anarchy.
Hardly confident though. I just wonder because Suwon has been performing good and has come out for that set number 2 and done well to win that single, but maybe Young Che and Byung-Hyun not feeling as confident today, and those two players have to be the ones to be chosen from. Yeah, from the side of coup d'etat if they want to win this next single here, but Anarchy, they got all 3 players looking pretty confident on today's matches.
Yeah, and you know, I'm just only guessing, but if coup d'etat does send out Young Che's assassin, they might have a high probability of winning because Young Che not so good on the Warlock, but he's definitely decent or up to par with his assassin.
Usually in this situation, we would like to see Byung-Hyun come out for the Gunslinger or even the Soul Fighter to go for that 1v1 victory, but this time, it's not looking the same as he did in game number 3, nor in all of Season 1. And it's the start of Season 2 ending, and we're gonna get the first match underway for coup d'etat, but not the same Byung-Hyun for the Super Rookie. Once a Super Rookie, it's not looking so super today.
Yeah, definitely not so super today, and his supports are doing pretty well. Well, actually, Suwon Lee as a support is doing pretty well. Young Che, I don't know, he's going back and forth. He has his ups and downs within the first 4 rounds, but we'll see who come out for this last set.
That'll be the most important thing to see who makes the appearance for either side, more so for coup d'etat. And he's saying Young Che on the Assassins. What you predicted? Looking more confident, obviously, than his Warlock. Since his opponent's going to be Anarchy, still taking some time to make their decision. It's going to be Kyungmin Park on the Soul Fighter. So he's talking about in the interview, bringing out the Soul Fighter, ditching the KFM altogether. That's still going to apply for the singles.
All right, this is going to be an interesting match. Like I mentioned, Young Che bringing out his assassin. He's definitely hasn't been doing well on the Warlock. He wants to redeem himself, say, you know, this assassin is actually my main. I'll show you guys that, you know, I'm not only being the weakest link because, you know, I had to swap over to the Warlock, but my assassin, I'm definitely not the weakest link. We'll see how he does against Kyungmin Park's swapped class on the Soul Fighter.
Yeah, Kyungmin Park has looked good on that switch class over to the Soul Fighter, much better than he did on the KFM. And he's been playing the KFM for a long time, but logically, it's basically the similar class when you put the theories all put together. But no more time for talk about that because we're going to get coup d'etat Anarchy to get this last singles underway to decide the winner out of the series. Let's see who makes the winner's bracket. Coup d'etat and Anarchy for this very last round. It is just as you predicted ending. Young Che on the Assassin and Kyungmin Park on the newly revisioned Soul Fighter. So we're going to get out of here.
All right. It's great that Young Che was able to put down that load of escape to save his stealth. Here we go. Finally, he has to make his move to the back roll. The chase does not happen, but the Shadow Slash. Young Che takes that advantage.
See the advantage being taken on both sides, but the part still has that tap escape to work with. Che just trying to slip around, trying to get the damage to get to where he can, but does get caught out and has to use his escape. Stealth is going to be out. No escape for the Assassin for the next 30 seconds.
Oh, the ground ripple lands and into the aerial. Windstorm. Another aerial might happen. There we go.
That's going to be it. That's going to be them taking the victory. It seems like 5 more seconds left to go. Just a little poke. It's got to do it for Kyungmin Park. And that's going to be the last of it in Anarchy. They don't get reverse sweat this time around as we see them picking up this last round and eventually the victory over coup d'etat. A bit of an upset, but we can understand definitely how it all happened.
Yeah, the 8% team actually comes out on top this time around. Not like the first round as we saw. G-Fan very close to coming out even though they were the 2% team. But this time around, Anarchy with that 8%, they did not lose confidence and they played hard till the end. And Kyungmin Park on the Soul Fighter, definitely a great change for the team.
And just might get Anarchy a little bit higher in the stand just because of that one change. And Kyungmin Park serves his role in the singles and also the tag. It's the first rounder to go up, and we gotta talk about the other end ending. Yang Eun-chae, very, very disappointing in the way he played. Not just on the Warlock, but even his main on the Assassin end. Oh man, how's Kudeta gonna fall back from this one? Because they're gonna go to the loser's bracket, and if they don't win that next one, next Saturday, they're gonna be eliminated from the tournament.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know, Kudeta, I definitely did not expect. And you know, you said disappointment and disappointed because you know, Kudeta, if it was a team that we didn't expect anything, then we wouldn't be disappointed. But we definitely expected a lot from Kudeta.
And we did. And we're gonna go to a short break, guys, to get back to the winners bracket because now we have the two teams with GC Busan and Anarchy. We're gonna see who's gonna be the ultimate winner out of Group A as we get to a short break. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back, guys, to Blade and Soul Korea Season 2, and we're back with the winners decider match that will have the best of Group A and try to go with GC Sunred and Anarchy. Of course, there are less of expectation for Anarchy we saw from the very beginning of Season 2, but they beating out Kudeta becomes a lot more convincing now because the way they beat them out was a little bit more impressive than we had expected.
Oh yeah, it was definitely, and today throughout, you know, even with GC Busan Red up against GFAM, we had a great game. Same goes for Kudeta and Anarchy, how they kind of played it out all the way to set 5 was also a great game. But like you said, Joel, very unexpected because in the beginning of the day, it was probably not only us or not only the viewers, but the fans as well. GC Busan Red had that upper hand in that prediction. Same goes for Kudeta as well. But GC Busan Red was the only team that kind of came up here in the winners to the winners bracket with the reverse sweep, but Anarchy only having that 8% coming up to this, you know, winners bracket. We'll see how they do against GC Busan Red, such a strong team.
And that 8% went to Anarchy that had KFM for the side of Anarchy, and for Gyeongmin Park, he's not going to be playing the KFM no longer. He's going to be going just with the Soul Fighter. And how does that change up the matchup? Because it seems like Gyeongmin Park with the Soul Fighter now makes Anarchy a completely different team, and saw them really handily beating out Kudeta, and it seems like the numbers are definitely there, but it seems like GC Busan Red definitely do not clinch. They don't clinch, just basically a win for themselves, and Anarchy might just be able to challenge them for a bit here.
So we'll have to see, because like you said, Gyeongmin Park changing from a KFM to a Soul Fighter definitely made Anarchy into a new team. They've been with the same composition for a very long time, so many of the players, many of the teams, they were used to facing off Anarchy because they've just stayed with the same compositions year after year. But now, with that the Soul Fighter change, we'll see if GC Busan Red could deal with Anarchy, because it seems as if Anarchy definitely upgraded a couple levels.
Dasan still on that Gunslinger. It's going to be joined in by Junohan on the Warlock and Sunny Choi on the Destroyer. Anarchy having that Soul Fighter on Gyeongmin Park has brought them a lot of success, especially against Kudeta in that previous matchup. But here they are back again. Not much break time for them as they just delve in to another series. And GC Busan Red, of course, a strong opposition for them, but I just don't think it's an impossible thing anymore. Where Anarchy, looking like a lot stronger team now, might just have a decent chance to beat out GC Busan Red.
Yeah, Kudeta being one of the stronger teams in Korea, or rather in Group A, if Anarchy beats GC Busan Red, or even if they lose, they come close, taking a round or two away from GC Busan Red, that will show us the power level of Anarchy, and, you know, that will show that they will go hand in hand with anybody from Group B as well later on in the season if they do make it up into the semifinals.
Yeah, definitely Anarchy beating out GC Busan Red will definitely put out a statement.
Yeah.
Towards the rest of the competition for Season 2, and still have 4 more teams waiting in that Group B lineup by Anarchy. And wants to make a statement now. Can they do it against GC Busan Rare? We're going to find out this very first game of the series, the first tag match. GC Busan Rare and Anarchy. Who's going to pick up the first victory and going to get to a 1-0 lead? We're going to find out in this next match. We are at the last series for the day, winners bracket for both the winners of Group A, GC Busan Red and Anarchy, who has looked good in their own respects, heading into this winners round now.
Alright, here we go. Kyungmin Park taking so much damage here. Even though he was able to take out Juno Han's escapes and body swap, he took the brunt of the damage, gets punished. Time distortion comes out from Juno Han. Gets the escape back. We'll see if Kyungmin Park will be able to make a dent in Juno Han before he has to tag out.
Also from Woo Bin Chai as well, coming for the interfere to give that time distortion, and even Yuntaesun coming in for that interfere to try to help out Juno Han, trying to maximize the damage which they did against the Soul Fighter here. But that time distortion again from Juno Han this time around, but still the damage coming forward, and still the heals are going to be plenty for Kyungmin Park and the Soul Fighter.
Alright, the escape has been used. Now Kyungmin Park, one more Tether Blade lands from Juno Han with the leech. That's it for Kyungmin Park. He has to get that defensive interfere or tag out. We'll see if that will happen soon. Here we go with the leech.
The pad escape does come through from Juno Han, which means that Kyungmin Park gets another stun. That would mean the trouble for the Warlock and for the side of GC Busan Red. But really just taking it slow for both teams as we see kind of slower approach as we get onto this game number 1 here.
Alright, well, both of them have 10 seconds left for the force tag. It seems as if, they kind of want to keep it stale. It seems like Kyungmin Park is just going to stay here and see who gets the chase. Alright, no chase is happening. The Searing Strike negating anything coming in from Woo Bin Chai.
So Woo Bin Chai just trying to go for the chase right away, but not the fastest character we have in this game. That Sunday Choi is going to be fine for the time being. Still trying to go for the damage as we see. Consistently spinning around, but Juno Han comes back in. One that was intentional, of course. Obviously, the escape being a factor. I think Juno Han maybe could have stuck around just a little bit longer, and Sunday Choi maybe had a bit more time on the game field, but Cha has put enough pressure to get Sunday Choi out of there. Now we're going to see a mirror match against 2 Warlocks.
Alright, we do have that interfere coming in, but they definitely know that Juno Han's Warlock is definitely up there compared to Woo Bin Chai. The tag out happens, Kyungmin Park taking a lot of damage.
Just going in here, and we went with Yuntaesun, obviously trying to help out with the damage, and still going to look forward with Kyungmin Park taking a lot of damage early. Yuntaesun comes back out onto the field, and the Gunslinger now onto the field trying to put more damage to the members of Anarchy, but the shot's still pretty safe for now as they're still up in the air. Yuntaesun trying to get the most damage he could.
Alright, Yuntaesun definitely on the Flame Gunslinger right now. He's been switching over from Shadow and Flame, so we'll see how that works out. But Yuntaesun in the air.
It's going to be in the air, but it's going to be saved by Juno Han. Coming for that defense interfere. The shackles in the air does not lead to any more damage. Choi back out onto the field. Many tag points being used for this first 4 minutes of the game. Here, but Chai goes out. That's trouble already. Anarchy losing the Warlock this early in the game. Might just mean that GC Busan Red might be the one smiling at the end of round number 1.
Definitely, and when you have a Gunslinger on your team and you're facing off against a team with the Gunslinger and you don't have it, when you're in the air and they have an interfere point on that Gunslinger, that's just it for you, because that damage output with the Gunslinger interfering in the aerial, this is what happens, and Woo Bin Chai just gets deleted.
So Kyungmin Park obviously trying to survive through all that damage by healing right back up, but you're gonna need the Warlock to get that time distortion, also with the Sanctum, just all the support utility tools. It's gonna be absent for the time being, and once again that stun does come through. And knock him back away. The Park trying to stay alive.
There we go, uses escape to tag out as well. Yuntaesun comes back in here on the field. He hasn't been doing so well when he was on the field, but great interferes to support his teammates when the opportunity was given. So we'll see how he does here out on the field against Kyungmin Park Soul Fighter.
Youngmin Park still taking a little bit of damage, but still not going to be threatening him to get down. But Gunter-san taking a lot of damage up in the air. That's going to be the main damage out. And that's going to be trouble for GC Busan Red as they lose their main damage output with Gunslinger Yunta-san out in the field.
Like I said, he had some great interference, but when he was on the field, he hasn't been so
execute. There's going to be a lot of damage coming towards Byeonu Kim, taking a lot of damage early, finally forcing the defense to interfere from Youngmin Park. Once again, the Destroyer ultimate is going to choose to continue the damage forward, but Sunny Choi gets decent damage onto Byeonu Kim on the Blade Dancer, but not going to continue for any longer as Byeonu Kim has him on the lightning draw with the Phantom Grip.
Alright, no more escapes for Sungjin Choi. No interfere from Juno Han. This is critical. No tag for Sungjin Choi. So Sungjin Choi should be
the ultimate! That's going to be connecting a Soul Fighter ultimate! Guns out the knockout of the Destroyer. Now Juno Han looking like he's going to be in lots of trouble.
He's definitely in a lot of trouble. He has to get rid of
Okay. This is going to be the one to single-handedly KO. That almost did happen. Time distortion does come through, but Youngmin Park, he's got
another leech.
Okay, leech just connect. It's going to be going up in the air. That's going to be the out for the coming. Youngmin Park's coming out. Soul Fighter's out, and it's going to be a Blade Dancer and Warlock for the finish here.
All right, it's been back-to-back. GC Busan Red had the upper hand, but two of them get knocked out. Juno Han had to do a 2v1.
The stun that will come through.
There we go.
Has to be careful. Juno Han still trying to go for the finish as soon as he can, but just wasting more and more time means that Byeonu Kim has another lightning draw in hand. Get up in the shackle, but does get out of it. Byeonu Kim still trying to move forward here. The ultimate that will come through. A standing ultimate does connect a lot of damage. More surprising than not. And the second aerial not even needed as we see Anarchy upsetting GC Busan Red. Kind of as we expected. Looking like a stronger team with that Soul Fighter, and they do get that first game victory.
You know, Anarchy becoming a stronger team. We've been seeing this, them making it up to the winner's bracket, but GC Busan Red, they were able to take out Ubin Cha pretty early in the game. The Warlock out on Anarchy, and they were still unable to take them down till the end, and they ended up losing the first round.
And we saw the Warlock go down very early in this game, as you already mentioned, but does that mean that Snowball should be input in play for GC Busan Red? Just have to move that advantage forward to make sure you get that second member down and eventually the third member to win out that round number one. But they just could not use their advantage to their favor. And Youngmin Park and Byeonu Kim, stellar in the way they came back from this one. Lord, they had the lightning draw, even with the continuous damage coming in from the Soul Fighter. You saw that was going to be enough damage to finish them off.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And, you know, like we see here, Ubin Cha is already out. It was a 2v3, and then Anarchy makes it a 2v1.
Yeah.
Juno Han almost does it by knocking out.
That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Even that ultimate's connecting when it shouldn't. It's going to be the most unexpected things happening. Look at that, Youngmin Park's already out. And that's going to be seemingly Juno Han taking home the victory for GC Busan Red. But Byeonu Kim coming for that blade. This is just a standing, ultimate. It's not even a combo. It's just literally press the button and hope for the damage and get a lot of damage.
Yeah, you know, Byeonu Kim definitely used that ult to get rid of the throw, but, you know, I'm pretty sure he was happy that Juno Han also took at least 2 to 3 hits from that.
Usually you don't see a standing Blade Dancer ultimate for the fact that it's so easy to avoid, and maybe Juno Han didn't expect it for the least of it, and I just got caught stealing and just caught sitting like a duck. And man, Juno Han, if he hadn't taken that Blade Dancer ultimate to the face, that might have been the win for GC Busan Red, but that one ultimate changed the story tide of the game.
Exactly, you know, I personally expected Juno Han to do that 2v1 because he did get rid of Youngmin Park, the Soul Fighter, and, you know, Byeonu Kim's kind of iffy going up against Juno Han's Warlock, and they had similar health bar, but...
look at this, Youngmin Park. KFM.
Okay. Back on the KFM.
He knows he's not going to be fighting against the Gunslinger. Gunslinger, most likely not, so Juno Han's going to be coming back with the Warlock again. Warlock versus KFM, kind of an iffy matchup, we like to say. Usually, the favorites sometimes go over to Juno Han because he has had this matchup before and has really dominated in multiple instances. But Youngmin Park on the KFM, now a big question mark up in the air. Now you just don't know what to expect out of him.
Yeah, it's a very big question mark, just KFM having one escape. If Juno Han is able to get rid of that and get into the area with the leech, it could be 100-0 for Gyeongmin Park. We'll see if Gyeongmin Park will be able to kind of maneuver around and dodge those and make something happen out of this matchup.
Park has the eyes of the tiger, and he's definitely in hard, trying to win out this game number 2 here. Anarchy already up to 1-0 lead. See if they can extend this over to 2-0 lead. You can see the single between the KFM and also the Warlock in this next match. Here we begin. Junohan on the Warlock trying to fight back against Gyeongmin Park. Not on the Soul Fighter anymore. It's going to be on the KFM for the first time today.
Yeah, there were a lot of matchups today. Well, all of the matchups today, you know, I assumed it should have been one-sided, but all of them weren't, and they all went to set 5. We'll see what happens here for this first place decider of Group A here. Gyeongmin Park lands that Rising Dragon.
Rising Dragon does connect over to a stun, but does not force out attack. Force out a tab escape. Junohan, but still the thrall just remains still.
All right, triple kick. Body swap happens. There we go.
You can see this pull forward here. Gyeongmin Park just trying to take his time. Just wait for that thrall to go out on full time. And going to be able to go down. Junohan still just trying to block out all the damage. He can't just put that paper in his face forever.
Let's sweep. No thrall here. Rising Dragon once again. Escape is used. Now Junohan is out of all escapes.
The stun is still prolonged, and the thrall is there. It's going to provide some support, but
Park getting in that area with the...
Be careful. It's taking already 50% HP already out, and has to use that tab scale a bit awkward there in the way that he used it, but still moving forward, still staying alive, has all the chances in the world to win out this one.
Yeah, but that 20 seconds until that escape coming back. One more bad CC. Gyeongmin Park will just die out now, so he has to play it very cautiously. We'll see if he's able to do so. There we go, the triple kick landing. Escape used again from Junohan. This is chance for Gyeongmin Park to play an aggressive. Rising Dragon does not connect.
And the Rising Dragon will not lead to a stun, and Junohan still waiting for the chance to finding some that will come through. 25 seconds for finishing mob. Can he get the full combo on to make sure he stays stunned for the time being? Junohan still taking the damage. Up in the area once again. Gonna get him down on the knock here. And another knockup did not happen, but still catch someone in that chain. And that might be it. And Junohan is gonna be outing. My goodness, Gyeongmin Park on the KFM, not the Soul Fighter, gets another win for Anarch.
Gyeongmin Park definitely played that very cautiously. You know, I get so excited. But Gyeongmin Park very well played against Junohan. He knew exactly what to do, because even though Junohan did not have any escapes, Gyeongmin Park didn't hastily just rush him, because he knew if he gets leeched and tether bladed, he also could get one combo. So very well cautiously played by Gyeongmin Park.
And this was basically the turnaround that Junohan was looking for, taking that damage up in the air, had that stun, but that right timing for that tab escape, gets out about 50% health and then heals back for a little bit, but otherwise, this was the play that was the most important. Getting up in that stun, of course, with no escape for the next 20 seconds, meant that stun had to be prolonging. For Gyeongmin Park and Junohan, barely gets out of that knockup in the end. He saw him just retract back, trying for the second knockup again, but Junohan escapes from it, but still goes for that nice chase, and Anarchy are the ones to stay up. Get that 2-0 victory.
Yeah, 2-0. We'll see if GC Busan Red has to do another reverse sweep to be the best of Group A. If not, you know, this might be it. This might be the shortest matchup of today, and it's still the decider of the, you know, Group A's best.
Oh, it's gonna be another single. This is gonna be absolutely beautiful.
Oh, will it? Oh, that little middle thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. That reflect happened, and it will be a singles.
It's going to be another single for set number 3. Could be the last one if Anarchy picks up another one in. My goodness, I mean, GC% Red, they haven't looked convincing as they won out against GFAM as a reverse sweep didn't happen. They did win out that game number 3 through 5, but losing in that game number 1 and 2 wasn't very characteristic of GC% Red as we kind of expected them from the past, but here we are once again. GC% Red losing the first 2 games. They might go for a reverse sweep, but it still wouldn't be the most convincing win for these guys.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Gyeongmin Park has been fantastic today throughout the whole day. We'll see now. Gyeongmin Park cannot come out for the single, so either Byung-Woo Kim or Woobin Cha will be coming out. Same goes for GC Busan Red, Seung-Jin Choi or Yoon Tae-sun will come out as well. We'll see who will do their best to actually, for Anarchy to finish this matchup, or for GC Busan Red to continue this for another set.
I definitely suspect that Byung-Woo Kim's going to be the one coming out on that Blade Dancer. Yeah. No question about that. Not going to be Woobin Cha in this very important situation. We're going to see Seung-Jin Choi on the Destroyer for GC Busan Red. Will it be Byung-Woo Kim as we expect?
Have to see what happens.
Oh!
It's
man.
But
the Blade Master.
Why? Woobin, why?
He used to be a Blade Master at
Yeah,
times.
he used to be very long time ago, because recently he's been on the Warlock, and even before that he was on the Soul Fighter back in the day when they were called G-Touring. We haven't seen him play the Blade Master for years.
Yeah.
For years. I'm pretty sure he has been practicing, but in this tournament, it's been a very long time since we saw Woobin Cha's Blade Master come out.
Should they have just sent out Byung-Woo Kim on the Blade Dancer? Would have been a better choice, maybe, especially against the Destroyer of Seung-Jin Choi. Blade Dancer works very nicely with it, but
it does.
Blade Master not as fast and not as agile. It's not going to be able to swivel around the Destroyer just as effectively. Meaning that Woobin Cha really has to exert some extra force to hopefully win out and close out the series.
Yeah, maybe he wants that 2018 BM Blade Master meme going on for him at least.
Oh man,
for bringing him out.
Hey man, the Blade Master is going to be on. Woobin Cha is going to be back down with that Blade Master for a very long time. We haven't seen it. But the Destroyer of the World Destroyer of Seung-Jin Choi is going to be his opponent. We're going to find out if Anarchy can close out the series on this next match. What are we supposed to expect from this one? Blade Master against the World Destroyer. And Choi taking the first bit of damage.
There we go, Ascend with the re-knockup.
The second knockup, that's not going to be connecting for the time being. Still putting the damage on.
This is looking very good for Woobin Cha, actually. The early game.
For the time being.
Ember Stomp is put down.
We're going to see the damage that's going to be coming forward from the Destroyer.
Alright, the counter coming in.
Stun that will come through. Might just have to just escape out of there, but just back rolls. Saving its tab escape for now.
Knockdown happening here. Dink also. We heard that sound coming from Seung-Jin Choi.
Woobin Cha. Still trying to go for it here. Another stun that will come through. And the Dragon Tongue, that's going to be the ones to put out the most damage in Seung-Jin Choi. In a dangerous situation, going to have to be careful. Another Dragon Tongue. That's going to be the one to finish up, and that's going to be the finish. GC Busan Red. It's going to be clean swept by Anarchy, and they are the one to be the best team in Group A to go on to the semifinals.
I'm going to be honest here. I did not expect Anarchy to be the best of Group A.
Are they the best? Are they the best?
Now they are.
GC Busan Red definitely isn't the best team anymore, and we always see them. GFM almost knocking them in a clean sweep. They were so close to getting them out in game number 3. We talked about just such a close match that could have went both ways. GC Busan Red, yes, they did win out on their previous matchup against GFM through Game 5, reverse sweeping them. But we told you that it wasn't a clean, convincing win for these guys. And oh man, losing 3 games straight with Anarchy as their opponents? That's not the best image you want to put for yourself if you're GC Busan Red in Season 2.
Yeah, especially as the defending champions of Season 1. And, you know, like we always mentioned, Anarchy, or previously known as G-Touring, they've always snuck their way up, but they were never one of the best teams.
I know, but it's just Anarchy looking with Youngmin Park as the MVP of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, on the Soul Fighter and the campaign, he has looked brilliant. And even Woobin Cha pulling his own weight, putting on that Blade Master online and putting against the World Destroyer Seung-Jin Choi and just handily beating out the World Destroyer, looking very, very good. Here's the result, guys. GC Busan Red barely won out against GFAM, but they could not win against Anarchy. So after beating Coup d'etat, now GC Busan Red. Here are a very convincing team now from Group A. Anarchy looking like a very, very strong team.
Yeah, like I said before, if they even took a round or two from GC Busan Red, even if they ended up losing, that would have been a very strong matchup, but Anarchy beating out 2 strongest team on Group A.
We're going to get the second half of the matchup tomorrow. Just not much time wasted. 1300 KSC, of course, 1 hour later than what we started off the broadcast today. Meaning that July 22nd on Sunday, we're going to get Idas and Yang Yang for the first matchup. And Kudeta Zeus, of course, the secondary team coming from the Kudeta organization, going to be up against Bang, which means bread in Korean. They're going to be up against the second matchup to decide the best team from Group B.
I wonder if they made the name Bang as bread, like you said, or like, you know, in Korean also the sound effect of shooting a gun is Bang also.
I heard it was bread.
Oh,
that's
was it?
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. So.
Okay.
It's going to be very interesting to see.
That's very interesting. I want to ask them.
Is there any bread skin in Blade and Soul? That's kind of what I want to know. Honestly. Maybe they'll bring that out
like
for
if you're the assassin, you take out that big bread. It's like boom, boom, boom.
Just throw that one slice of bread each time. That's going to be very soft and cuddly.
Now I want to ask him if they named themselves really for bread or for that sound effect of shooting a gun. But that was the matchup for tomorrow. Amazing matches today from Anarchy. Oh, amazing. Just amazing. I did not expect it. I expected either Kudeta or GC Busan Red. I'm going to be honest.
When one change gets you the best career change of your life, and basically, we saw that basically Anarchy with Gyeongmin Parks changing from KFM over to Soul Fighter might be the best change of his career.
Yeah, definitely. And that just boosted Anarchy's level, through the roof.
That does it for our action for Blade and Soul today. We're going to come back tomorrow for more Blade and Soul. We'll see you then.
Another day, another bed. It's just